This is Sunday, day 14 of the permaculture project, and given that all the earthworks are done, the pond's done, the swale's done, and we've planted and seeded the swales and planted the alfalfa and clover for the wildflower meadow, let's finally have a little bit of chance to relax just a little. So I worked this morning about half day putting in the berms along the driveway, but pretty much what's left is basically these trees need to be planted. So we've got 2 timber areas that need to be planted, and 1 timber area we need to add some trees to, and 1 food forest area that still needs to be done. Today's the last day that I'm going to have the excavator and the compactor, so I wanted to get everything possible that I needed to have done finished, so we can be ready to send that back. And the last little piece of earthworks I did today was to install these little speed bumps on the driveway, and the purpose of them is to divert the water. You get a lot of water runoff down the driveway, and I wanted to divert that water into the swales that I've got, as opposed to that water just washing down the driveway. So we've got this one that connects to that swale right down there and goes all the way to the wood line. We've also got this other sort of speed bump slash diversion drain on a little bit further down the driveway, which connects to this swale and also connects to this other swale. The majority of that water, actually the way I've got it graded, the majority of the water is going to go down the big swale, and that swale actually goes the entire length of the property and connects to the spillway of the pond. So it's actually a really nice system we've got going on here. This is day 15 of the permaculture project, and I'm walking through my newly planted food forest. Behind me is a pretty large swale, and we've got food forest planted behind the swale and also in front of the swale. We planted lots of supporting species, lots of nitrogen fixing plants, lots of natives, lots of fruit trees, lots of berry type shrubs, and we also planted a polyculture mixture of seed that will help the trees as far as the ground cover goes, and we also put in a clover. We still have to add a layer of straw to the entire area, but for the most part we're just about finished with the food forest area. We've got some of the plants that we have here. This is a Chickasaw plum, which is a native species. We have an American plum here. We have bayberry there, which is a nitrogen fixer. We've got American persimmon up front, some speckled alder in the corner there, which is a nitrogen fixer. We've got some elderberry over here, pawpaw, more bayberry, serviceberry, which has a great berry, but it's also a pioneer species. We also have some redbud, which is a nitrogen fixer, and New Jersey tea, which is also another nitrogen fixer. And we also have Kentucky coffee, which is a nitrogen fixer. So we have a pretty good mix of supporting species, nitrogen fixing species, and then also our mix of native fruit and berry type plants. This gives you a little bit different angle of the food forest. It's actually planted just on the side of the main Zone 1 garden. So once these trees get large enough, not only is it going to be, I would consider this my Zone 2 area, it's also going to serve a very nice windbreak. So I get a good chunk of wind coming this way, and blows my corn over. So this will do double duty as the food forest and also provide a nice windbreak as well. This is the downhill side where you can see the berm there in front of the swale. It's actually almost on contour, the edge of there, right there. And then we also planted food forest on the front and back of this swale here, near the front. pond is now completely full, and we're starting to use the spillway now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the hose off. It didn't take near as long as I thought. Either I have a lot more water pressure, or I wasn't taking into account the fact that the side slope ends, so we actually have less gallons of water in the pond than I thought we did. But you can see the spillway is working perfectly. We've got the level that we need, and right around here, the water comes right out and right around the spillway into the swale. So that's actually working really, really well. This is a view from the other side of the pond, just to give you an idea of what it looks like full. We have about a foot, maybe, it's about a foot of freeboard in there. The straw makes it look a little bit higher than it really is, but maybe 12 to 14 inches of freeboard. 12 inches is absolute minimum, so we're maybe slightly higher than that. But I think it, all in all, I think definitely turned out well. I just really hope that it doesn't leak. It appears to be holding fine at the moment, so we'll see what happens after we stop the hose from inputting water. We'll see if it how long it keeps the level. This is the end of day 16 of the permaculture project, and we finished up a good section of the timber area, the timber forest area, although we're not completely finished yet. We've probably got about 60% of it done, about 150 trees or so. We've got the climax species are oak, tulip poplar, and hickory. And we've got support species of honey locust, black locust, alder, chokecherry, Kentucky coffee, and redbuds. So we've also got some understory shrubs of blueberry and huckleberry. So we're trying to mimic the native forests of central Pennsylvania, and also that'll help to provide wood for us and some, some other products like berries and things like that. And then you can also use some of the wood for more than just heating fuel, like locust wood is good for fence posts and things like that.